Two guys not related, yet somehow are given the same name. It's time for the Two Daves podcast, where we'll answer the age-old question, are two Daves better than one? And now, here's Dave and Dave.
That's right. We are the family-friendly, safe alternative podcast. Not only that, but we are gluten-free, no MSG, low-cal, high-protein, and sugar-free, just to name a few. Hey, this is the Two Daves podcast, and I'm Dave.
And I'm the other Dave, and this ain't tacos. Welcome back to another, I guess we could say, fun-filled episode.
Really, it's everybody's definition of fun is different.
That is true. So whatever you think this is, let it be. Just let it be. Anyway, hey, if you're listening to us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe. And by the way, subscribing doesn't cost you anything.
What?
And I know. I tried telling you that for the last 3 weeks, Dave, but you didn't get it.
Well, they keep asking me for $20.
Well, I'm trying to make some money here. So anyway, and when you do that, click the bell icon next to it, and that will inform you of our next episodes. And you can share the podcast with your friends. And I'm going to give you a little challenge this week.
Uh-oh.
If you would help us out by sharing our podcast, either on your Facebook page or however you want to share it. And you can stand on the corner of the street and hold up a Two Dave sign if you want to and share it that way. It doesn't matter, but I'd love to see our viewership start going up to where we're close to 12 or 13 people now watching us.
Oh, no,
that would be great.
That's a dream.
I know. We got to shoot high, though, Dave. We can do it. So anyway, we're glad that you're with us on this fun-filled journey. And one more thing, would you please comment on what you liked about this podcast and what you would possibly like to hear from us in the future? And we'd love to hear from you. Dave, it's that time.
Oh, wait. I know what you're going to say.
What's that?
You're going to say it's time for the Two Daves fact of the day to help our audience be the best they can be. Is that right?
That is correct.
I knew that. Mainly because it's on the script.
That's true.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here is the Two Daves fact of the day. Most people turn the music down in the car when looking for a street sign so they can see it better.
That is true.
Have you done that?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh yeah, I have too. And maybe not a street sign, but like if you're looking for an address or a particular business or something. Yeah, it's hard to concentrate with the music up. So yeah, turn it down so you can see it better.
It helps me a lot. That's for sure.
Anything that can help you, Dave.
I know I need the help. Hey, you know what, Dave? I can't believe it, but we've made it to episode 18.
Is that weird or what?
That's impressive since both of our moms told us we wouldn't make it past the second episode.
I know it, huh?
I know.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, Dave. I'm sure we can all attest to having a weird family member. I know Dan Quayle has a few weird family members. But hey, listen. There are some families out there who operate in a much stranger way than you think. Because most of us intentionally try to keep those family quirks hidden, right? But there are a lot of characteristics that we might have assumed were normal until we grew up.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. So once again, we've asked our Two Daves research team to search out where everyone else's family sits on the weirdness scale. And guess what? We found them. We found them, and many of them. By the way, the name of this podcast will probably be The Nuts Don't Fall Too Far from the Tree. And this is going to probably be right on track for that. So here's what we're going to do, Dave. We're going to take turns giving out weird family traditions. And let me say this, I will not deny, nor will I... what's the word I'm looking for? Nor will I agree that I'm part of any of these kind of weird traditions, okay? I'm just going to take the fifth on this. So,
all right.
Why don't you go ahead and start?
Well, the first family that we investigated has a celebration tradition They say we always get each other cards for holidays and birthdays, but we make them the stupidest or the most unrelated card possible. This guy says, like, my mom gave me a card for my 18th birthday that was all about how she was proud of the strong black man that I had become. I'm white. Yeah. My mom had a gallbladder surgery, and my brother and I got her a bunch of "it's a girl" balloons. Lots of confused nurses asking us if we were looking for the maternity ward. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of have that warped sense of humor. I think that's a great family tradition.
I think we should start that in ours. That's great. Yeah. Okay. Well, their second family has what I would call a safety tradition, Dave. Okay. Whenever they drop someone off at their house at night, they have them flicker on and off the front porch light to signal if they are okay in case an intruder is inside.
Yeah, I think that's. I think a lot of families do that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not bad. All right. Well, the third family has a guest tradition. When more guests arrive than expected, Mom uses a secret code for me and Dad, and that's FHB. It means family hold back. And this is done so that we eat less and the extra unexpected guests don't run out of food. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. Do you
remember the Mary Tyler Moore episode where she had a dinner party and Mr. Grant took half of the food?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
That's a great one. That is a great one. For those of you that are 70 and older, you'll know that episode. Okay, are we on our fourth family already?
Yeah, we're ready for 4.
They have a birthday tradition.
Okay.
And anytime it's someone's birthday, and by the way, my family has a birthday tradition now. It's kind of with Grandpa in there as well. But they say they purposefully sing as badly as they can. They say it's hilarious. Their mom usually ends up aggressively coughing because she thinks it's funnier than singing.
I like that.
It's a good one.
Of course, in our family, we don't purposely do it. That's just the way it sounds.
That's true. What did I say?
Huh?
Did I say something wrong?
No.
Oh,
you
okay.
You said that they purposefully sing wrong, but in our family, we don't purposefully sing bad. We just sound bad anyway. I shouldn't say that because all of my family are good singers except for me. But anyway.
Well, you're always trying to correct me, Dave. So, that's a tradition on this show as well.
Correction.
And by the way, do you have any corrections that you would like to give this week since you've made 3 corrections in the last 3 podcasts?
You know what? I don't think so. I haven't had any of my kids complain. Maybe they're going to do that tonight because they're going to be on. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Get on with it.
Do you have time for me to go on to the fifth family, or do you
go
have
for it?
Talking you want to do?
No, I'm done. Okay. Go for it.
All right. The fifth family has a gift opening tradition. Have you ever, like when you get a gift, you shake it, to see what it is?
Yep.
All right. Well, this family, they said anytime we get gifts, we sniff the presents before opening them. They said, I don't know why. And most of the time they just smell like wrapping paper, but it's been going on for over 20 years now.
Boy, I don't even want to go there on that one.
I don't know. It's weird, but I can kind of see, I don't know. I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. Anyway, our 6th family has a cat tradition, which, by the way, dogs are from heaven. Cats are not from heaven. So anyway, here's the cat tradition. This family has 6 cats, and they pretend.
What? 6? Huh? Did you say 6 cats?
6 cats.
That's 6 too many, man.
Yes, it is. And they pretend that they have human lives and jobs, and they pick their jobs for them. For instance, my dad's cat is a country singer, and my cat is a lumberjack.
Wow, really? That's
yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of so they have backstories for cats.
Yeah, they probably have multiple personalities. The cats do too. But anyway, yeah.
All right. Well, our last family has a Christmas tradition, and this one is truly bizarre because the family makes life. This is crazy. They make life-size I can't even say it. They make life-size cardboard cutouts of their dead relatives. adding when needed, of course. And they also bring them into the living room as they watch their favorite Christmas movies together. I wonder if they have cardboard cutouts for the pets too. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine that Christmas? Wow.
That's weird.
Those are funny. That's the weirdest one right there.
Yeah, that is. That's kind of morbid. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, anyway, hey, tonight is another special episode, but this one might be even more special than we've had because we are actually bringing on our children.
I'm excited.
Now, the other Dave has 3 girls, and I have 2 boys and 1 girl. And so we're going to introduce our kids, and I'm going to let Dave take over this because Dave has some OCD issues when it comes to this, and we're just going to let him take it over because I don't want to see him explode. And Dave, by the way, you need to order new meds, okay? So anyway, why don't you go ahead? Let's do this.
All right. Well, the oldest of the pack, we each have 3 kids, and we were in a race to see how many could have the most kids, and finally we just all gave up. But we had 3 kids alternating. So I have the oldest child, and that's Jessica. So Jessica, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm 28 years old. I am the oldest in my family and in both families. I am married with 3 children. Today is actually my 1-month anniversary.
Wow.
And I am a special education para at the middle school here in town.
All right. Awesome. Welcome, Jessica. And then next, just a few months later, in August of '93, Dave and Charlotte had Lane. And so welcome, Lane.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Back again.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
this ain't tacos.
No, sure isn't. Funny enough, I had Chipotle for dinner tonight. How did I not know that was going to come up? Huh?
Well, tell us about yourself.
Sure. All right. Well, I'm 27, about to be 28, living in Orlando, Florida. I am a graphic designer working for an ad agency here in town that we do national campaigns for large companies and what have you. Am I missing anything else?
You're married.
Yes, I am. I'm very much so married. And we have no kids, but we have a pup. So.
Okay.
Not bad. Awesome. Good job. Usually 28 does come after 27. So way to make us look good, Lane. Good job.
I got it right this time.
Yes, you did.
Well, we're glad to have you, Lane. Well, then a few years later in 1997, Nita and I had our second child, and that is Amy. So welcome to the podcast, Amy.
Hi, thank you. I've been listening to every episode, so I'm the biggest fan out of all.
You're our favorite so far.
I know. I'm the middle child of us 3, and I like classic middle child, always forgotten everything. So I'm 23. I am married. I've been married almost 2 years in June. I work in medical billing, and I live in Caddo Mills, Texas.
All right.
Nice.
Is that all?
That's all.
For right now. You'll be back. Welcome, Amy.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, I believe Amy was born in June, and then I believe in March, Clay was born to Dave and Charlotte. So welcome, Clay.
Thank you for having me on. I'm Clay. I am 23 years old. I live in Orlando, Florida. Thankfully, I am not married. I am single. And for work, I currently am helping several friends run businesses and doing content creation for some friends. And so just keeping myself busy in the creative spaces.
Awesome. Welcome, Clay. Glad to have you. Well, then a few months later, in August of '98, our youngest child was born, Hannah. So welcome to the podcast, Hannah.
Hi. Yes, I'm Hannah. I'm 22 and I'm the youngest of my sisters. And I live in the same town as my parents and my sister Jess. And I work as a paraprofessional at an elementary school.
Wonderful.
Welcome.
Welcome, Hannah.
Thank
And
you.
now you are planning to relocate to Tulsa, I believe, very soon. So
Yeah.
we're not very excited about that, but she is. So. All right. I'm sorry. I kind of chuckle because I'm reading what some of the messages that our kids are typing are. So I'm trying not to look at those. All right. And then you have a youngest child, and this was a few years later. She's still in school, but welcome to the podcast, Abby.
Hi. I am 16, almost 17. I'm still in high school. I'm a junior, almost a senior. Not that I want to be, but it's.
Are you
Yeah.
married?
I wish I was. No.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute. Let me investigate this a little bit. You
Please
said you
don't.
wish- is there someone you have your eye on?
No.
No.
Yes,
Oh.
there is. It's Spider-Man, Tom Holland, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, welcome, Abby, to the podcast. Now, we thought it'd be fun to ask some questions that could be difficult and possibly you might face being shunned from the family, but we're going to ask you some questions. Are you ready for that, guys?
I'm ready.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
muted, so they can't answer. So.
Now, just let you know, we lost our daughter right now because she has to study for a big college exam. And so she was on enough to at least say hi. So
Well,
that's
we're going to
good.
miss Abby for the rest. I'd like to hear what she has to say to some of these. Maybe she can write out the answers and we can read them next time.
Yeah. And, I was going to tell her that she was adopted, but I guess I'll just wait for another night to tell her that.
No, she's not adopted. You can tell that she's a
Oh,
Martin.
okay. Yeah, that's for sure.
All right.
Okay.
Dave, go ahead.
Well, it is my turn. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to ask the kids these questions, and this could be fun and this could be dangerous. This could cause us to have a setback in life. This could cause us to, there's a lot of things that could happen here, but we trust our kids, don't we, Dave?
Oh,
yes. Okay, good. Okay, so here's the first question. Now, I believe it was Amy that answered this at first. So we're just going to find out, okay, right from the get-go. How many of you watched the Two Daves podcast? And secondly, what do you like about it and what embarrasses you about it?
All right. You know what? Let's start with Jessica.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I listen to the podcast on the podcast app, and I am like 1.5 episodes behind. But I listen to it actually. I listen to it like 15-minute intervals when I get the chance.
Sure.
What do I like about it? I like that it feels like I'm sitting in the same room as you two. I feel like I should be able to turn around and like chime in every time. I also really enjoy that. Well, it always makes me laugh. And I really have enjoyed the guests that you guys bring on. Because a lot of them I know but haven't seen in a while. And so it's really, I'm like, oh, I feel like I just caught up with old friends. And the embarrassing thing is the constant dad jokes. All the time. Oh. Secondhand embarrassment is real.
All right, Laner, you're up next.
Well, I can't really be embarrassed by those jokes because I make them regularly now too. Even though
you're set to be a dad.
I guess so. There's a little time before that, but yeah. So I listen regularly. I am a little bit behind, but Mom and Dad have been in town, so it's kind of like I've been listening to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
So let's see. Favorite part. I mean, this has literally just been us growing up. Whenever you guys come over, this is the conversations that happen. Some of them funny, some of them crying, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But it's just like an extension of family. So I
Yeah.
haven't been embarrassed by too much at all, actually, except the whole "this ain't tacos" thing. I still don't know what I was thinking. I couldn't tell you in a million years. I don't know what happened, and I never will. But that's okay. I'll still be the butt of the joke.
That's good. That's
All
good.
right,
So
Amy.
far, so good, Dave.
Yeah, so far. All right, Amy, you're up.
And the first two kids have stolen all the other kids' answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, I've listened to every episode. I listen on Spotify though. I don't listen on YouTube or just said podcast app. I listen on Spotify. I love listening to you guys talk and laugh together. It just reminds me of like when I was growing up and you guys would like the few times we were in the same town and you guys were just like talking and laughing and making jokes and I was just watching it happen. It makes me laugh. Like I'll sit at work and try not to laugh out loud in my office. And yeah, the thing that embarrassed me the most was when my dad told the story of 4-year-old me imitating Don Knotts in The Ghost of Mr. Chicken, like having a little seizure on the stairs. That was real embarrassing. I did not give him permission to do that. So.
Amy, you've grown up not giving him permission to tell stories about you.
I know, but that's like from the pulpit of a small church is much different than like the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to teach you how non-disclosure agreements work after this.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Amy, you have a connection to the 2 Days podcast more than just your dad. Why don't you let our audience know what that connection is?
Yes, that smooth, beautiful voice in the intro is my hubby, Marcus Hooper. So that was, he wrote that and he recorded it. I think just as an example, but then I was listening. I was like, oh, they just used his audio. I like it.
It's good.
Yep.
It's good. It's good.
He's great.
Yes.
All right, Clay, you're up.
All right. I have watched about 6 or 7 episodes. I don't know the specific. I'm not a fanboy like Amy is, but I do support and actively share the podcast. This is not an ad, but I do listen exclusively on Spotify. But one thing I really enjoy about the podcast is it feels like I'm back home, and it's just like listening to family talk, around the table. And I like that vibe and that atmosphere. It's good when you're missing home to be able to listen to you guys. And I don't get really embarrassed by anything. You can try and make me embarrassed, but it usually won't happen. So I'm not embarrassed by anything, and I do appreciate the dad jokes because I've started to tell my fair share of them.
Yes, it's a disease for sure.
Well, Clay, we just trust that in the next few weeks you will become a fanboy.
That could be a mistake for you.
All right,
my new ringtone is now going to be Dave saying "fanboy" over and over again.
Oh no.
All right, Hannah.
Hi. Okay, so I've listened to 4.5 episodes.
I like the honesty right there. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, she just got back from out of the country, and so we had already been broadcasting when she got back, so she's trying to catch up. So,
Dave, we don't accept excuses on this show.
Yes, thank you for coming to my defense. What I do love about the podcast is you two have the cutest romance, and you have for a really long time. And so it just makes my heart happy that you get to do this together. Luckily, since I haven't listened to too many episodes, I haven't had too many embarrassing moments.
Wait,
I will say episode 1 or 2, you were like auctioning me off. It's like,
Oh, yes.
I was like,
Yes.
"Excuse me?"
That's right.
And I was so angry when my dad announced that he couldn't get any of his children to watch Back to the Future. I first saw Back to the Future when I was in high school, and I've since watched it with my father. So he's like, "Oh, I can't get any of my kids to watch Back to the Future." I was like, "Excuse me."
Oh, I don't know that you actually watched it with me.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
That is a
Thank you,
memory in my
Amy.
brain. It happened.
Maybe it was the other Dave she watched it with.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that was probably it.
Yeah.
Abby just sent me a text and she wanted to answer this. She said she really loves the way her dad talks and loves his humor and struggles with Dave's humor, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So she didn't
Thanks,
send a
Abby.
text.
All right, now, guys, I have a question for you. Now we're going to kind of alternate a little bit. We're going to start with Lane and go down that direction, okay? So what characteristic or physical trait do you have from your dad that you like and also one that you dislike?
Oh, boy.
So let's start with Lane.
I have been told an abundance of time that we're just duplicates of each other in how we talk, in our mannerisms, in I don't know how many, in countless times by different people. So
Really?
I think everything, almost everything.
Okay.
Well, what don't you like that
That is
you
what
have
Amy
from
likes.
me? Well, the question
The
was, and what's one
forgetfulness?
trait that you dislike that you got from me?
All of them.
Either the
you have one?
ADHD, yeah, either the ADHD or the forgetfulness.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right, Amy.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm ready. I wrote it. Okay, so I think, I mean, I'm a lot like you, Dad, but I think I got the ones I wrote down are my sense of humor and my height, because I'm the tallest of the siblings and I'm taller than Mom, so it had to be you. And my humor, I'm sarcastic like you, kind of dry-witted like you. And we quote a lot of movie quotes together, so I do like those traits. The one that I got from you that I'm not crazy about is that I'm terrible on road trips. And I don't think that was a hereditary trait. I think it was conditioned into me to not drink a drop of water because we're not stopping. And so it gives me some anxiety when we go on road trips and it's like, oh, we have to stop and get new tires before we leave town. Because I'm like, but no, we're not going to make it by 4. And I said yeah. And Marcus is just like, oh, I want to stop and get like a 46-ounce drink and then have to go to the bathroom in an hour. So anyway.
That's
And
good.
What did I tell you when you were headed up here? That was last month, actually, for the wedding, and you had to get the tires, and so you were all upset and anxious because you weren't going to get here in time. And I said, do you remember what I said to you?
Yeah, it was, I don't remember verbatim, and I didn't know you were going to ask, so I didn't look it up, but it was, don't let the spirit of your earthly father overtake you. Let the spirit of your heavenly father overtake you. Something like that. And I was just like, ooh, okay, Dad. We had a safe trip and we didn't die or anything. So.
That's awesome.
That's good. That's good.
All right, Clay, what about you?
Well, I don't dislike anything about me, or my dad, because if I dislike the physical traits I got from my dad, I'd basically be disliking myself, and I very much so love myself. So, you can call me conceited or whatever, but I think of myself very highly. So, the physical traits, I have nice face, eyes, my beard is getting there. Lane has a better beard than me, but it's we're slowly getting there. So yeah, and I have nice hair. So pretty much everyone that I come into contact with, they always tell me I have nice hair. So I know I got that from my dad, and definitely not my mom.
That's true.
Right.
That's
Although my
true.
mom has beautiful hair, but hers is just very thin, and my dad's very thick. So
Yes.
Your brother just texted and said that's the most Clay thing I've ever heard.
and it should be.
And it should be. Okay. All right, Hannah.
Okay, well, in my personal opinion, I think that if you didn't know me or my dad and you saw us like in public or whatever, you wouldn't know that we're related. I think that I look like my mom.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, that's all you had to say. All right. Well, that was short.
That's really
All right,
the best thing
Jessica.
you can say, to tell you the truth. That's really, really good. So, yes.
All right, Jess.
Okay. Well, basically for my whole life, I've been called Little David. I am the female version of my father. So I got everything from my dad. I would say the thing that I dislike is my long toes. I have finger toes. And my dad has really long toes. Actually, my sisters and I all have freakishly long toes.
Long toes too.
You do know that everyone can hear this.
She's already married.
Listen, my dad has really weird long toes. The rest of us do. And that's the thing I dislike that I got from him.
She might get the quickest divorce too.
Now, Jess, let me ask you something. Do you practice every day, like 5-10 minutes, drinking a hot cup of coffee with your toes, taking it from your toes up to your mouth? Do you practice that?
I have something really weird to tell you about my toes.
Oh boy.
When I was a kid, my grandpa taught me to put my foot in my mouth. So when I was like a toddler, I could stick my toes in my mouth. And I went to middle school camp, and they were doing like a weird stupid human tricks contest. And I was like, oh, I can put half my foot in my mouth. And I like went on stage and put my foot in my mouth in front of like hundreds of people. And I don't know what that had to do with anything except that I just have really long toes.
Well,
Jessica, that's a mental illness, not a talent.
Well, let me tell you, since we've done the 2 days, this is our 18th podcast. Your dad has put his foot in his mouth several times, just to let you know.
Now, how many of you kids wish that you would have picked up ventriloquism?
Do any of you have a dummy like your dad, or what? Do you see what I have to put up with, girls?
Yeah, mine's on a run right now. I wish you come back with my drink.
You guys
Oh,
just
my
got
goodness.
married, right?
Oh, okay. Are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. So here's a good question. Are you all doing okay? Doing fine? Okay. So here we go. What phrase do you remember growing up that you heard your mom use in speaking to your dad that you just can't forget?
All right.
And-
Let's start with Amy.
I was thinking really hard on this one. I couldn't think of anything. So pass.
Wow.
Pass. No
All
problem.
right.
All
All
right.
right.
Let's go to Clay.
Well, I thought about this one for a while, and I realized I didn't have anything to say because I never really listened as a child.
And you know what? We all knew that.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Well, Hannah.
I'm kind of with Amy. I pass on this one because I can't think of a single thing.
Okay.
Wow.
Jessica.
Wow.
You pass?
No, it's actually supposed to be Lane's turn.
No, you're next.
Oh, okay.
She is a little like me, isn't she?
Yes,
Okay.
she is.
This is weird, but my mom would always, Dad would do something to Bug Bob, and she'd always go, idiot, and smack him on the shoulder. So, I just remember my mom calling my dad an idiot a lot. They have a wonderful, happy marriage, just so everybody knows. Playful bullying is good for everybody.
I'm writing these things down. These are good.
All right, now, Laner.
Yeah, going back to road trips. Every time we would stop somewhere, Dad would come back with something from the convenience store, and she would say, "Dave, did you need that?"
That's true.
I can hear her saying that. I really can.
Yes. Yes.
And it was always the sleeves of the double bubble.
Yeah.
And a 44-ounce drink.
Yes. Yes. That is
64
for
ounce
sure.
if they had it.
That's right. That's
All
right.
All right, here's the next question. What's your favorite memory with Dad? Your favorite memory with Dad? And we're going to start with Clay. Right? Did we start with? Yeah, because we started with Amy last time. So Clay.
So I have several favorite memories, and it's not like a specific memory, but just times. And those would be like, so whenever I'm back home visiting, we'll stay up late watching usually MASH episodes. And for anyone that's my age, like 23 or around in their 20s, they're probably not going to know what MASH is, but my dad raised me with good taste in music and shows and movies. So yeah, just staying up late watching MASH and just talking about life. Or anytime we go golf together, I enjoy golfing with Dad.
That's awesome. Now I do have a question. You said that that because of him, you have a great taste in movies. Do you like Nacho Libre also?
Oh, it's one of the finest.
Okay.
Thank you, Clay. Thank you, Clay.
All right, we're going to quickly move on to the next person, which is Hannah.
Okay, so I have a couple of answers. So when I was a 7th grader, my dad was my youth pastor, and that was like so special to me. I just remember being like so proud. And I really enjoyed youth group and getting to hear my dad preach to the youths. And also, I don't remember how old I was, like 13 or 14. We went to Orlando, like just the two of us, because I was in National Fine Arts Festival, and it was just like so special and so fun to me, like just like the two of us being there, and so that was really special to me.
Awesome. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jessica.
Okay. So I have said trips that I've taken with my dad, which would start when I was a kid, like 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. There would always be district councils, which were these councils that pastors went to for business meetings and stuff. And it was like the most special week ever. I got to leave school and go with my dad, just me. And what guy wants to take his annoying elementary school daughter on a business trip where he could go hang out with his pastor friends? But my dad did. And that has always been a really special thing, like for me to remember, like just me and my dad. And so that was when I was a kid. And then when I got to be a teenager, when I was in high school, my dad was my youth pastor. And getting to go to youth convention and different youth trips together was also really special. And then as an adult, I got to be youth pastor on staff at my dad's church. And so getting to pastor alongside my dad is one of the proudest moments, like one of my favorite things. It was one of the best times of my life, and I've always been really honored and proud to have gotten to share those experiences.
Yeah, cool. All right.
I was the one, by the way, that asked, why did you bring that daughter of yours to district council? So, but that's all right.
I know. I think about it like, I must have been so obnoxious, but everybody put up with it.
No, we were
Isn't
glad to have you.
District Council just Comic Con for pastors?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
Now, can I say something real quick, Dave?
Oh, sure.
We have on this Zoom call here, that's how we do our podcast. We have a chat room that you'd mentioned earlier. And I'm just now kind of reading, but I'm so bad that I can't do the chat and concentrate on the podcast at the same time.
So I'm just reading yours.
I'm lost, and our kids are like doing, multiple things. I'm doing good, just, basically keeping up with you. So,
Keep your pants pulled up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I did learn that Clay just spilled Dr. Pepper all over his pants.
Yes, I see that. Yes.
But okay, Lane, you're next. Favorite memory with Dad.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a grouping of memories, and it was. I think it started at. I mean, obviously before I worked there, but when I started working at the local movie theater in high school, we got free tickets. So Dad and I would probably some days we would see 2 movies in a row, but we would go like religiously. And so whenever we get a chance to, we still like going to movies and everything. It's not as common anymore, but I don't. How many movies have we seen, Dad? I mean, I know you, me, and Clay went to a lot, but like you and I specifically have probably gone to, I don't know, like 75 movies. I don't know. It's so many.
Yeah. Wow.
Are you trying to flex?
Wait, when movies are free, you got to take advantage of it.
That's right. That's right.
But I mean, obviously, then we have other moments, like Clay said, like golfing. That's always going to be something that we get to do, and we always make more memories during that. So there's never just one.
Yeah. All right, Amy.
Well, I was trying to think of a trip that you took just me on and not the other two. I'm coming up empty here. I do have a lot of good memories though from like musical theater or family vacations. But the one I picked for this was from college for Thanksgiving. I had to stop in Hayes, which is about an hour away, and go to an orthodontist appointment. And I had finished my appointment. I think I texted you guys in the group chat, like, oh, I just finished. I'm going to head home. And you were like, oh, stop at McDonald's first and grab a gift card for somebody. I was like, okay. So I went and I pulled into the parking lot and stopped. And out of the corner of my eye, I was like, some guy in a sweater is like standing outside my car. I'm terrified. And I looked, and Dad, it was you. You guys drove all the way to Hayes to surprise me. And I had already eaten. I ate before my appointment, I think, which is dumb. Why did I eat before my appointment? I had someone's hands in my mouth. But anyway, I sat with you guys while you ate McDonald's. And I think I cried. I was so happy. It's the first time I'd seen you since I went to school, and I was so far away. So it's a really special memory. So.
Awesome.
That's good. That's good. Why didn't you love Amy as much as you loved Jess and Hannah?
I've been wondering that for 23 years.
Yeah.
Typical middle child.
Yeah.
I told you.
Okay, well, it's my turn. Here's a question. Do you think your dad's funny? And what kind of funny would you say he is?
All right. Let's start with Hannah.
I do think my dad is funny. He makes me laugh a lot. I think it's just like with the delivery that he says things, like he doesn't even have to like be telling a joke, but just like the way that he says things and like the tone of voice that he uses, it just makes me laugh. And like just he's like a stupid kind of funny.
Stupid kind of funny. Okay. That's good. That's good.
All right. Jessica.
Are you okay, Jessica?
Chat. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think my dad is funny. The type of funny he is corny. But
I'll accept that.
Yeah. Actually, you are a really good storyteller. So when there's something funny that happened, like no one can tell the story better than you. Like it's just like, oh, this funny thing happened. Dad, you better tell it, because the way you deliver it is just so good. But I'd also like to say you are a really good butt of the joke. My favorite is just there's an ongoing joke where Dad, are you grumpy? And we always go, I'm not grumpy, because he was really mad one night and we all just kept saying, wow, he's grumpy. Wow, he's grumpy. And then all of a sudden he just exploded. I'm not grumpy. I just yelled and we're like, well, that's pretty grumpy. So now he's the butt of the grumpy joke all the time.
There's nothing a grumpy person wants to hear more than, why are you so grumpy?
Yes.
And like when I look back at it now, I'm like, that was so rude. Why are we picking on you like that? I hate when people do that to me. But it made for a really good like running gag in our family. So
It's still a running gag. Yes.
That's
It
good.
sounds like you were reading the script from Elf when he's talking about being an angry elf.
Good angriness.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. That was Jessica, right? So we're ready for Lane.
Okay, can I explain this one with a joke?
Oh, great. Go for it.
I did just say it, but in the chat we were talking about our Enneagram numbers. Somehow we got onto that. For you, those of you that don't know, it's essentially just a personality test. It helps you kind of know what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, that sort of thing. And so Jessica asked, I need to know what all your guys' numbers are. And I said that my dad isn't sure what his is because he thought he was taking the Enneagram test, but he was actually getting a mammogram. And that's the kind of funny my dad is. That's the kind of funny my dad is.
What number did you come out with?
Q.
Q.
Oh my goodness, that is funny. All right, Amy.
Yes, sorry, it takes me a long time to unmute that.
That's your dad too.
I do think you're funny, Dad. I do think you're funny, Dad. I think you're more like sarcasm and movie quotes funny. Like we always quote the best lines from movies or The Office or like our favorite stand-up comedians. We quote them together. So
yeah, okay.
I don't have a long elaborate. I just do think you're funny.
Yeah. All right, Clay.
Yes, I do think my dad is funny. The type of funny, cornball for sure. But if I could describe to our viewers that have never met my dad, if you've ever listened to Jim Gaffigan and Brian Regan, and you combined both of those, that would be my dad. And I would like to also use a joke on his type of humor, and it's one that's when I went home in last March during start of quarantine, it was a joke I think he told at every single outing to every single person for a good probably 4 months. And it goes like this. So there's a patient, he's in the hospital and he's talking to the doctor and he goes, "Hey doc, what happens when I die?" And the doctor says, "Well, we roll you over, clean the bed, and we admit a new patient."
That's still funny today. Thank you, Clay. Thank you, Clay.
All right. Well,
that's funny.
Here's the next question. How has dad made you feel special or important? How has dad made you feel special or important? We're going to start with Jessica.
Yes, we are. Okay, I said that you've always made us a priority. When we had like school concerts, band, music, anything dumb, you were always there. If we were in the school plays, you were always there. Sporting events, not that any of us are especially sporty, but you made a point to be there to support us. Also, you sang a song on the Sunday morning of each one of our high school graduations. And that has always stuck in my mind. And it was very special. You sang it at our baby dedication.
You don't remember that?
No, I was a little young. So
you blocked it from remembering.
Staying at our baby dedication, and then when we graduated high school for each one of us. And I just think that was really, just really a special moment. And then again,
what was the song? Don't know.
It was called "Always Be a Child" by Ray Boltz.
Thanks.
Oh,
Someone
cool.
old.
Yes.
It was on a cassette tape.
1922, I think.
Yeah.
When it came out.
And then when we lived far away. I went to school about 9 hours away. Amy lived far away. Hannah lived far away for a while. And you would take off work, take the time to come see us, just to spend a weekend. You and Mom would come down to spend a weekend with us and just let us show you around our town and to meet our friends and to just be with us. And so that was always really special too.
Awesome. All right, Lane, you're up.
I am going to echo what Jessica said, but it's not just because it's an easy answer, but it's true. Dad has always been intentional about everything he does with us. When we were growing up, when he was working crazy hours, as you did too, Dave, there was still time. There was always time. I always knew I was going to see Dad. Always knew that, Dad, you were going to be at certain situations. You coached every single one of my teams growing up, which is got to be incredibly cringeworthy in most situations. I
wanted to go to heaven.
Soccer. Yeah, except soccer, but even I wanted to quit that, so it's okay. So,
and I used to sing a song. I used to sing a song to you guys too, right?
Yes, multiple songs.
Okay, good. All right.
Dad, yes, you and I do have our song that we used to sing, but
we do have a song. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, how about Amy?
Yeah, I have a lot of the same stuff Jessica put. Honestly, we didn't even talk about our answers together, but I put that you've always come to our performances and our home games. You wouldn't always drive out to like the 2-hour away games, but like sometimes the half. You always told us how proud you were of us, and you weren't faking it. You were really genuine about it. And then even when college didn't work out for me, you were really supportive and just meant a lot.
Cool. All right, now
that's it.
There's no tears allowed.
Okay.
Because then I might start. So, all right.
Keep talking, Amy.
Clay.
Well, I didn't realize that this episode was the episode that we kiss up to our dads, but I would like to reiterate what everyone else has said. If I could use one word to describe how Dad made me feel special, it was involved for sure. And I just truly appreciate and was grateful for just quality time we spend together. And he's always been someone that can navigate me through my thoughts and just what I'm feeling, what I'm going through at my whatever part of my life I'm at. So I've really appreciated when Dad just listens.
Awesome. What'd you say, Clay? No, I'm
Okay, Hannah.
My dad is a really genuine person. He's not fake at all. Like, if he says something, you never have to wonder, like, I wonder if that's really what he means. Like, he's just a really honest person, and I can always just count on him to be honest with me. And like my sister said, he's really supportive, and he always verbalizes when he's proud of me. Like, I just completed a 5-month program called Youth with a Mission, and I remember when I was starting my application program for that, or my application process, I was talking to my dad on the phone, and I was telling him all about it, and just he was really supportive, and he was rooting for me, and he was praying for me the whole time. And that just really meant a lot to me, because that was a really huge transition, and support, just it meant so much to me in that time. And my dad was just like so consistently supportive of me.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, all right. Boy, Dave, you have the next question. I don't know that I want to hear the answers to this.
Okay, what things Clay, I'm still laughing that this is the suck up program of the kids for the dads. So look at that picture. Okay. Anyway, what things does dad know the most about, according to you? And what things do you think dad has no clue about? So let's, this should be interesting, Dave.
It should be interesting. Let's start with Lane.
The things he doesn't know about.
Where do we begin?
Dad, do you know where the electricity bill goes?
Yes, to the electrical maker company.
I rest my case.
There's obviously something private going on here.
I don't know. My wife has taken care of bills and all that kind of stuff. And if she goes before me, I am in trouble. So,
and I only say that jokingly because, like I said earlier, we're the exact same person.
Yeah.
So it's just what it is. And then what you know the most about is, this is going to sound like sucking up, but you know how to lead. So you know how to lead your family. You know how to lead those around you. You know how to lead your congregation, your friends, that sort of thing. So that's the thing that I think that you know the most about, which is why I always call and ask for your wisdom on things, which is why I always know that I rely on that.
All right.
This is a suck up to dad episode, isn't it?
It is. I think
Good answer,
Dad,
Lane.
Dad, do you need my Venmo now?
Yes. What's a Venmo?
I think maybe I'm misunderstanding the question. I thought, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the question is, what does dad know the most about you and what does he know the least about you? Is that correct?
I'm sorry, Dave. We can't always get it.
See, that was called diversion.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you, but you can do whatever you can do it with your kids however you want. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go.
I've had a long week, guys. I'm sorry.
You're good. All right.
I
Amy.
like Lane's answer.
I did too. I loved it.
Okay, I thought it was the same thing.
Thank you, Amy.
Okay, so that is right. My dad.
Yes, thank you, Amy.
Kiss up.
Okay, so I don't know. I feel like my dad knows a lot. Like he knows a lot about like movie trivia, especially Oscar movies, like the real boring ones, or just about what movie won Oscar. One time we were driving in my car and I had a Disney's Greatest Hits CD in the car, and he was like, "Oh, that won the Oscar." He's like, "Oh, these are going in order of the year that they won, or it's all the Oscar winners like in order or something." It was really funny, but I like Disney songs. It was really cute. Oscar movies, grammar. I always ask him for help with grammar, especially growing up. If I was like it's something my teacher said, I was like, I don't think that's right, and I'd ask my dad after school. American history. What?
I helped you with your grammar. What about your grandpa?
Okay. Was it Jessica who said you had cornball humor?
Yeah.
It's more like cornhole humor.
American history, presidents. I thought of another one just now and I forgot what it was though. So anyway, pass.
Dan Quill, presidential buttons. There's more.
Oh,
yeah.
Things that you don't know about that I know about are very few. So I would say medical billing and the show New Girl, and that's all I got.
Well, that's true. I don't know about those things. You're right. You're right.
Okay. So Dave, basically we just heard that you are genuinely boring as a person. And snobbish as well. So, and I told you that for the last 2 episodes, it's that way. So,
all right, Clay.
Well, unlike the rest of the kids, I think I'm going to be the only one that answers the question correctly. From what I was, how I read the question. So what I think Dad knows the most about me is that I'm obviously the best golfer of the kids. And Lane can attest to this.
He's lying.
But should we upload right at this point a picture of Lane's recent scorecards?
We don't have a calculator big enough to add that up.
And one thing that I don't think Dad knows a lot about me is that I struggle with the same mental health problems that I think Dad has had along his life. Anxiety, stuff like that, just being able to manage stress. And I'm very much so a fixer like Dad. And he's like always the person that's there for everyone. And then you leave yourself last. So I'm very much so that way, where no matter who it is in my life, whether it's my friends or just even acquaintances or random strangers or family members, like I'm always putting other people before I put myself. And that can, when you don't have healthy boundaries up, that can be a disaster for you in the long run. So definitely like some of those things, some more like real problems with just becoming an adult and like learning how you play into the space of your life. So
it's good.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Hannah.
Okay, so I'm kind of with Clay. I read this question like, what do you know the most and least about what I do?
Yes.
So, I think you know the most about my writing or like playing the piano, because you always see me doing that and make comments on it. I think you know the least about the hippie life that I live. Like you know zero things about the environment and how to take care of God's creation. If you had a hippie name, it would be pollution smog.
Yes.
The Lorax is frowning on you.
I know how to take care of the environment. I burn every copy of the Lorax.
Oh, this is good. Now this is starting to get good now. This is good.
All right, Jessica.
Thank you, Hannah. That was good.
Okay. I also read it like Clay and Hannah. So 3 out of 5, we win. So I love to help direct the plays. We have a awesome community theater here, and the last few years, I think 3 years, I've been an assistant director and the stage manager because I'm bossy. So it's a perfect place for me. And my dad he's grown up acting and directing. So I'm always asking him for advice. Hey, what do I do here? How should I set this up? What should this look like? Am I doing this right? So that is a really fun way for us to connect. And I've learned a lot from him through that. Something that I think that he doesn't know about that I know about. Any music that's not the Gaithers.
Wow.
I can talk about music and he has no idea who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about. Some examples would be Magic Dragons and Justice Beaver. So that's about the extent of his story. So Dad's a great singer, but he doesn't know a wide variety of genres.
Oh man.
Sorry, Dad.
That's true.
Oh, this is getting really good.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's see. It's your turn, right?
No, it's your turn.
Is it my turn? Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Hey, okay. Yeah. Rank your dad in the following categories from best to worst: fashionable, chef, comedian, sportsman, and Mr. Fix-It. Amy, go.
Okay, so the top I put comedian. I do genuinely really think you're funny, even though I groaned at your joke earlier. I put comedian. The last 4 got tough for me. So,
Because I'm bad at
next
all of them, right?
so anyway, next I put fashionable just because I don't know, I like your style. It's casual, but it's not like frumpy. I liked those like button down short sleeve shirts with the little patterns. Like one year I got you a shirt with little lobsters on it for your birthday, and just because like he's not gonna like it, he's not gonna wear it. And then I felt like you liked it. You wore it a lot. Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Okay, you should wear it. I like it. Yeah. So and then you put it over like a t-shirt, like a plain t-shirt or graphic t-shirt. I just like it. I think it looks nice. Next, I put chef, and I know you're not the cook of our family, but you're capable of it. So, like you can read a recipe and follow it, and you're kind of unsure about it. Like mom will just throw stuff together. She's real good.
Yes.
Honestly, that's how Marcus and I are. I'm like more like mom, where I'm like, oh, just do like put in this or this, and he's like, but we don't have like a whole teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm like, we'll just put some in, just sprinkle it in. Or like there are recipes that I've just like thrown some stuff together, and he's like, well, how much do you put in? I said, until your heart tells you to stop. So so I put you next on chef because even though you don't, it's not like in your blood, or you weren't raised to like be in the kitchen all the time, you're capable. And you always made that really good birthday cake for mom, the sour cream chocolate cake. So good. Oh yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. Next I put fix it. Because sportsman couldn't be like sportsman had to be last. So I did put fix it, but mom is the fix it of our family too. So she's really the chef and the fix it. So I put you above. You don't fix things like if something breaks, you don't like wood glue it back together, but you have good wisdom. So you can like help us fix our problems, I think. And I just right off the top of my head thought of that one. Wow. So yeah, so I think you fix it. And then sportsman, we're pews. We're not athletic. That's not a secret.
Right. That's true. All right, Clay.
So I hope this doesn't ruin our current relationship, but but it may. So ranking it from best to worst, I would put comedian at number 1. Because it seems like that's his full-time job, even though he doesn't get paid for it yet.
It's true.
And then next, I would have to put sportsman. He plays a lot of sports. He's always like coached sports that we were in, and like opened our worldview up to different sports, and so I would put that at number 2. Now he might not agree, but chef at number 3.
Wow.
Mom is definitely the chef or the cook of the family. But I have had some pretty great meals by dad before.
Thank you, Clay.
Yep. And then next I would put fix it. Usually Usually when he needs something, when something's breaking in the house, it's hey Charlotte, what do I do? And that's always a scary place to be. So and then last definitely has to be fashionable. I don't know how he's made it this long in his life and not quite picked up on that yet, but you know, some of his more memorable outfits are like a picnic table. If you ever seen like a picnic table, you know, white and red checkered, that's a pretty standard outfit for him. Also, if the people that are listening to this and they're not from the Midwest, when you see those memes of you know, it's snowing in the middle of winter and people are wearing shorts, that is Dad. He will refuse to wear pants in any situation. It feels like I think he only wears pants when he's working on Sundays, and that's for the safety of everyone for sure. But yeah, so fashionable is definitely the last, which is crazy because if we're talking about me, that's number one for me. So
Okay. All right. Hannah.
Okay, so I put you as comedian for number 1. And then let's go with fashionable, because you're kind of getting to the point where you can match colors. And like the other day, you were like, these match, right? And I was like, yeah, look at you. Next, I put sportsman, and hear me out on this one.
I'm listening.
Oh boy.
You're like pro at frisbee. Like we've played lots of frisbee games in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And croquet. And then also I just went ahead and mentally counted like board games as sports in this situation, because where that
does he drink ginger ale while he throws a frisbee and plays croquet? I just was wondering.
Surprisingly not, but he does that during the board games.
Oh, okay. All right. Just wanted to know. Needs
I don't like you.
The last couple were pretty tough. So the reason that chef didn't make dead last is because you can make that one kind of chocolate cake. But I do distinctly remember hearing a story about a 4-year-old Amy having to teach you how to make Kraft mac and cheese. And you can't even put the lid on the milk or the grape juice. You always have it on sideways.
Yeah, hey Dad, I think I just heard a story that you're still spilling grape juice all over the kitchen floor.
All right.
It's been like 24 years and you still haven't figured it out.
All right, Hannah, did you tell her?
It was an accident. I forgot. I just like I mentioned it and just was like, I always give him a bad time about spilling grape juice. I was like, oh no, I wasn't supposed to tell you that.
That's funny. That is funny.
All right. Let's see. That was Hannah. So we're ready for Jessica. We're ready for Jessica.
Yeah.
I think she was just yelling at a kid.
I don't know what just happened there, but were you directing in there or what?
Directing 3 children.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So first I put comedian, because I do think my dad is funny. Next, I put fashionable with a side note that says, thank you, Mom. Next, I put sportsman, just because we're not sporty people, but he knows like random facts about teams, and you like to watch baseball.
I did until the MLB got stupid, but that's okay.
I don't even know what that means. So he liked to watch baseball. And he likes to golf. I wouldn't say he's at the same level as the Martin clan, but he likes to golf leisurely. So I put sportsman next. Then it's chef, I guess, for the chocolate cake. And then fix it is last because, my mom is the fix it of the house.
Yeah. Okay, Lane.
Wow.
Dave, I have never seen you golf in the entirety of my existence.
I think you're right about that.
He does.
Have you golfed before since 1993?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I haven't golfed. The last time I golfed was probably about a year ago at this time. So I haven't. It's been a while.
Okay. Well, you'll have to come down to Florida and we'll play.
You know what? I'm all over that.
Great. You can sleep on our couch.
Okay.
Just kidding. You can get a hotel. Okay. I'm done. We're supposed to be roasting our own dads. I'm sorry.
That's right. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Okay. So first I put sportsman because I'm pretty sure the day I was born, like you swallowed me in a baseball glove.
Yep.
So it went from baseball to golf to football to everything, frisbee golf even. So, we went to how many, professional baseball games and Larks games growing up. So I think sportsman's at the top, and it just edges out comedian for obvious reasons. The next one, and I think I get this from you, is actually Mr. Fix-It. And that's because like for the things at church, you would always create these crazy displays, and also for all of your Peanuts characters for Christmas and everything that you build out. Clay, I don't know how you forgot that. So Fix It climbs the board there. Next to last is fashionable. That's all. I'm not saying anything else. That's all. And then the last one is chef, because whenever mom would go away growing up, we would just immediately go to McDonald's.
That's true.
Or dad would ask if we want breakfast food because he could cook breakfast food.
Oh, okay.
I did make good chicken though when I was down there with you guys.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, the caveat to that is grilling, because we would grill so much.
Yes.
But I thought that chef and
Yeah,
just a little bit different.
that's right.
Well, Bobby Flay is still a chef.
That's true. And all right, good.
So don't have Clay as a defense lawyer. Got it.
No.
Dave, I do have something to say about you golfing.
Uh-oh.
I do remember at Woodson Family Camp, this maybe a decade ago. One day, I believe it was Dave, maybe Andy Parks, and you, and maybe Travis Dumont or someone from that clan, that you guys all escaped for the afternoon to go golf.
Yes.
And now that I look back on it, I don't think it was for leisure. I think it was just to get away from everyone. And that was a smart play.
I do remember that. Yeah. It wasn't to get away from everyone. I think it was just to have fellowship and have a good time, which is the only reason why I golf. I don't golf to say, hey, look how good I am, obviously.
And the best thing about you two being pastors is you can call everything fellowship that you're doing.
That's
That's
true.
right.
And write it off.
That's right.
It's a great tax write-off.
Right.
I mean, I guess I'm finding out tonight when Dave plays golf, he looks good, and I'm talking about he's fashionably looking good. And so, the truth has been hard, but I'll take it. One day I'm going to dress really well. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I will say that you have you've stepped it up.
Oh, I have? From
Yeah,
what? A 10 to a
like
9.5?
white socks with sandals.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, now we want everyone to know that we're going to have another one of these later on, and we're going to bring the ones that are married, their spouses on, and we'll have another fun discussion.
Yeah, and we've got some more questions, and I know that I just mentioned that we probably need to bring this to a close, and I've gotten some people said, "Oh no," but you know what? We'll save these questions that we didn't get to and ask them next time. So don't throw your answers away, guys. Okay. But we love our kids, and we hope this has been a very special podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed this time together with us.
For sure. We love our kids. It's been a joy and a pleasure raising them and seeing them become who they are as adults. And the Two Daves podcast has what can I say? It's been a joy to do, especially now that we get to show off our kids on one of the episodes. And I love the differences that we see in all of our kids. And so thanks for coming on. We had a quick fire, but we'll do that next time.
Okay.
Is that okay? Or do you want to do it now, Dave?
Oh, let's go ahead and do it.
Okay, let's do the quick fire then, okay? So I kind of thought that we could, instead of going to each and every person, we can kind of you can pick which two or which one you want to use for each question, okay? So I'll pick either Lane or Clay, and you pick one of your girls to answer the question. Is that okay?
What's that again? Sorry.
Oh boy. Okay. So anyway, the first one is going to be Lane and Jess. Okay. Are you ready for this?
All right.
Okay. This is a quick fire question. Be ready now. What year was your dad born?
67.
66.
You are
Right.
correct.
Am I
Okay.
ready?
You're right.
All right. The
Which
next
one?
one will be
Both
well,
of us, right?
what?
We're both right.
Yeah, you're both right.
Oh,
You're
okay.
both right. Yep.
All right. The next one will be the three, right? Amy, Hannah, and Clay. Since Abby's not here.
Yep. Go for it.
All right. What is your dad's favorite color?
Blue.
Ooh,
Black.
Amy and Hannah are correct.
yay.
Dad, isn't it yellow or something?
It's black, and I like gold, of course, because of Iowa, but black is my favorite color. Maybe that's why I'm not very fashionable.
Did you know that black is not a color?
It's not?
No. Black is the
Huh.
absence of light.
Wow.
I have some color theory friends that might argue with that a bit.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
We
All
can
right,
tell.
Dave.
Okay, here's the next one. Let's do Clay and Hannah on this one. Okay, so what was your dad's high school mascot?
Cardinals.
Bobcats.
Yeah,
You're
Hannah's
correct,
right.
Clay.
Hannah's right.
All right, very good.
All right.
Next one.
This will be for Lane, Jessica, and Amy. Okay, Lane, Jessica, and Amy. Which would your dad prefer not to do? Yard work, laundry, or car maintenance?
Laundry.
Laundry.
Car maintenance.
You're correct. Car
car,
maintenance.
car maintenance is correct for me.
Yes.
Really?
I've never
Yes.
seen you do laundry.
Did
I've
you say
done
laundry, Lane?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it can be laundry or car maintenance. So either one, it's bad. Bad things happen in those areas there. Okay, let's do Clay and Amy. Okay, where did your parents meet?
Church.
Macomb, Illinois. Or industry.
Very
Amy's-
good.
Amy's right. Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Hannah and Lane. What is your dad's favorite TV show?
Dave. Oh, probably Everybody Loves Raymond.
Wrong.
I
mean,
want to say.
Peanuts doesn't count.
Hannah?
I want to say, The Office or The Goldbergs or
The Office.
like-
The Office. Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, ding, ding. Yep.
Is it not MASH? Is it?
Clay, what would you say the answer is?
I would say the answer is MASH. Or Ozzie and Harriet show.
It's Ozzie and Harriet show. I
Oh,
have it written
okay,
down
all
here.
right.
That's right.
That's fair.
right. Okay, whose turn is it next? Is it my turn, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jess and Clay and Hannah, let's do this. You three. Okay, here we go. So, what's your dad's favorite thing to drink?
Ginger
ale.
I just
Clay?
want to say before I answer that ginger ale is foul.
Yes.
That is
Okay.
that is disgusting.
Disgusting.
Have
Now,
you had it,
Clay?
My answer for you is going to be either Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, or Diet Dr. Pepper.
That is correct. That is correct.
All right. This is going to be for all of you. What is your dad good at?
Besides something you've said tonight,
Yeah.
Loving us.
Oh.
Boston people.
Preaching.
Oh.
Oh, preaching is a good one.
I took it.
I would say very sociable.
Lane, you're last.
Lane, this is embarrassing. It's taking you this long. Quick fire, buddy. Quick fire.
where did Lane go?
Nothing in Lane's brain is quick.
Okay. All right.
My Dad, I promise you are good at a lot of things. Everyone's taking all of them.
All right. That's fine.
Cop
I'm
out.
good. I'm good with that.
That's funny.
Well, this has been fun. I sure appreciate it, and it's a little longer podcast, but you get to know the 2 days clan a little bit better. So
That's right.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Thanks
Love you
again
too.
for joining us and doing life with us for this time. And as always, if you enjoyed this podcast, and even if you didn't, we would ask you to subscribe or share this podcast with your friends. And don't forget to comment wherever you listen to this podcast. Help us double our podcasting viewership. Help us double this coming week, please. And until next time, remember that 2 days are always better than one.